Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tim Dillon Show. It is the first show of the new year, 2026. It's all new. It's new now. Netanyahu went to Mar-a-Lago to try to get Trump to bomb Iran. It's all new. All the stories are new. We're turning over a new leaf. Netanyahu raises possible round 2 strikes on Iran. New. Doesn't it feel new? Doesn't it feel like we've moved into a new era? It all feels new. Putin, Ukraine, new. Zelensky, new. It's all new. Get up this smart city that Jared Kushner is going to build over there. He's heavily involved in the smart city. The future of Gaza, the beautiful shining city on a hill that they want to build. Now, so here's my question. Who lives there? Is that being built for the people in Gaza? You know, and again, I don't want to cast aspersions on people's motives or whatnot. But I'm thinking to myself, now I don't know, I have no inside info, but I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, I don't think this is being built for the people in Gaza. I'm just throwing it out there. I know that maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong before about many things. Dairy is bad for my skin. I've been wrong about a lot. We must decapitate the regime in Iran so that we can safely build a futuristic tech hub for the children of Gaza. You're welcome, children of Gaza. In order to give the children of Gaza a futuristic tech hub, the ones we didn't kill, the ones that are left, they may not have all their limbs and their parents might be dead, but when they see this futuristic tech hub, these buildings of steel and glass, the most modern architecture, I mean, all of these buildings, climate control, biometric identification. I mean, it's going to be big. And the kids of Gaza are going to look at this city and go, you know what? My mother starved to death in front of me, but I'll tell you this, that's a beautiful fucking bridge. That is a beautiful bridge. 10-year development plan, which is pretty ambitious when you look at what they want to do. But you know what? They've cleared a lot. They've already done the clearing. A big part of construction is doing the clearing. They've done it. 10-year development plan drafted by Jared Kushner, U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, who was a real estate guy before he got into this, and 2 top White House aides, is currently courting investor countries with a 32-slide PowerPoint presentation detailing the bold plan to renovate burning rubble into beach resorts. Wow, this is the executive summary of one of the slides. Gaza's destruction has been profound. So you know when they say that, everyone in the room kind of nods. They go, By the way, what an interesting word to use, profound. It's been profound, not tragic, not terrible, not regrettable even. Profound. We know Gaza's destruction. It has been profound. But what we are seeing now is not just restoration. We're seeing luxury. The opposite of death is luxury. Listen to me. Gaza's destruction has been profound. What an odd way to say it. And then all of the investors in the room, they nod because, you know, you got to have that solemn nod before you start licking your chops and getting really excited about all the opportunities that are going to arise, you know? Though the plan mapped out distinct phases of construction, it did not provide details for housing the 2 million Palestinians who would be displaced during the massive construction necessary. Odd. That wasn't a slide. In the presentation. There's an estimated 68 million tons of rubble. 68 million tons of rubble in Gaza after thousands of Israeli airstrikes leveled cities during the 2-year war. U.S. officials who have acknowledged the proposal are skeptical that it will come to fruition. You know, all the world's problems come from Iran. All of your issues come from Iran. It's why you can't afford a house. It's why you don't have health care. Iran! It's because of Hezbollah in Lebanon. Now, do I think it's a good idea to engage in a large-scale decapitation of the Iranian regime, like a massive bombing campaign and then potentially boots on the ground in Iran? Absolutely not. I think it will be a disaster. It'll bankrupt America, and it will cause terrorism all over the world. And it will be one of the main drivers of instability and terrorism, and it will suck money out of our country. But I guess once we rescue the protesters in Iran, and once we build the AI smart city in Gaza, and then after the White House ballroom and a few other projects, Venezuela, whatever, once all of that's done, we'll get to Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, California, upstate New York. We'll get to all of those places after we've saved the protesters in Iran. But I want you to think about it. Before every war that we've ever gone into, we are fed a media diet of people supposedly about to organically rise up and overthrow their government. This is before every war. And you're, at work, and you're in the break room, and you're eating a turkey on wheat because it's early January and you're trying to do the right thing, whatever that means. And maybe you're a gym teacher, and you're looking at the TV, and they're playing people in Iran throwing Molotov cocktails or burning cars, and you go, those people have had enough. They've had enough living under tyranny. You're sitting in the teacher's lounge in Iowa, and you're like, these people have had enough. They've suffered long enough. And then the government goes, by the way, we're going to go rescue those people. And you go, awesome. Now, what rescuing means is a lot of those people are going to die. So that's what rescuing means. That's number one. That's number one. And maybe it's worth it. I don't know. But number one, rescuing in American terms, let's bring out the dictionary. Rescuing means bombing people, and a lot of them are going to die. So that's the rescue. We don't know how to rescue anyone unless we kill them. We only know how to rescue you if we're killing you. And eventually, people go, I'm getting tired of being rescued. They just rescued my mother in front of me, and there's blood all over the living room. So what we do is we go over there and we do the rescuing, so much rescuing. Well, then people start to go, this rescue doesn't feel too great. None of these people that are protesting, by the way, I don't think a lot of them, maybe there's a small percentage of them that want this. But I don't think a lot of these people are clamoring for the United States and Israel to install a government here. It's very difficult to imagine how you would go to Iran and install an effective government when we barely have one here. It's barely working here. So what exactly would you do in Iran? And again, ears are open. I'm not trying to shut down anybody's enthusiasm about this project that was hatched at the New Year's Eve party in Palm Beach. I know it's been hatched before that, but I'm not trying to dampen anyone's enthusiasm for this. I'm sure it's a great idea. The Iranian people deserve to live in a free, open, and prosperous society. I agree with that in theory, in principle. I'm allowed to agree with you in theory and principle. If someone came up to me and says, I deserve to be rich and hot and have a family that loves me, I would go, I agree with you in theory. How are we getting there? How are we getting there? This is what no one ever asks. How are we? Forget the pie in the sky theories and all of that. How are we getting there? How are we getting to rich, hot family that loves you? I'm not against that. I don't think you'd find many people that were against the goal. What are we doing to get there? I don't know what we're doing. It's a country of 90 million people, and I don't think a lot of them are really excited about a puppet government led by the United States and Israel. I'm sure some of them are. Some of them go, well, it's better than what we have now. This spirals into World War III. This spirals into World War III for us, because if we get bogged down in Iran, China's taking Taiwan. There's no way China's not taking Taiwan if we're bogged down in Iran. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? If we're busy in Iran, China's going, guess what? We're taking Taiwan. Xi Jinping, friend of the show, issues unstoppable Taiwan invasion threat as World War III fears. All you need is a few things to pop off, and China will go grab Taiwan. While we're in Iran, installing a government that hopefully 90 million people in Iran think is swell, where our troops are sitting ducks for terrorists and other remnants of the regime that splinter off, blah, 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 blah. China goes and takes Taiwan, and Russia goes and swallows Ukraine while we're doing this. Most likely result, maybe not, could be wrong about that, but it doesn't sound crazy. Doesn't sound wild. You know, people often stop me in the street and ask, Tim, what is your everyday carry? And I say, I carry a P365X macro with a Radian Ramiact. Come on. I mean, I mean, who's writing this? Can anyone consult me before they write this? Who is right? Is this like the guy at the company who goes, I'll be a comedian now? I'm going to do this. Listen, this dumb copy notwithstanding, it is a good idea to have a gun. And remember, folks, don't tread on me. Fun copy. I love this. Americans who are defaulted on their student loans will have their paychecks garnished starting in January. So people who have not paid their student loans back starting January 7th, the fun is over. That's the way the American economy is set up now. You go to college, you have 4 years of fun, hopefully, and you pay for it for the rest of your life. The rest of your days on earth that you draw breath, wherever you go, doesn't matter. You are in McDonald's handing a McGriddle to someone in the morning rush who's pissed. They're taking that money from you. There's no job you can escape. Now, by the way, they're not paying their student loans because their job doesn't pay them enough money, and with the cost of living, most of them are probably not getting off on saying fuck you to Sally Mae. They don't have the money. Nobody wants their credit ruined and their wages garnished. They're fucked. They're completely fucked. Those people need to join the military and fight Iran. Sorry, that's what it is. You need to join the military and fight Iran. I hope you had a good 4 years. When you were in Iran and you were fighting the Revolutionary Guard as a way to get out of your student loans, and you're about to ambush a bunch of Iranian National Guard because you've got intelligence, you know exactly where they are, and you're about to ambush them, and you're about to start killing people in a foreign country. I hope you had fun. I hope you look back on your time at Ohio State and say it was all worth it. When you are getting off a military plane in Iran to go provide security, and you are standing there and you are shot by some Iranian separatists, Revolutionary Guards who's peeled off and started their own thing. They got their own thing going now, and they pump a bullet in you and it's in your neck, and you then collapse and you realize that this is over. You realize that no matter what happens in the next minute or two of your life, you know, because your mind starts playing games with you. You're like, maybe I'll survive this. Like, maybe it didn't get me in such a bad place. Something, whatever. You know, your mind plays tricks at the end. It happens. And you're bleeding and your blood is leaking into the sand. I hope the last thought you have is homecoming. I hope it was. Go Buckeyes. Buckeyes, right? Maybe? Is that it?
I think so.
I hope you think it's worth it. Because meanwhile, going to college now, you better have a fucking plan when you're in college. You better know what you're going to do. So you're going to have to either start going on OnlyFans and getting into shit fetish porn, or you're going to have to die in Iran. That's really what it is. You're going to have to lay under a glass table while men take shits and put it out on OnlyFans, or you're going to have to go to Iran and get killed. I don't know what else to tell you if you go to college without a plan. You better graduate with a fucking skill. Your parents should make you watch, because you're not going to be hot enough to do regular OnlyFans. You're going to have to go deep and dark. Your parents should sit you in a room and go, before you go to Oneonta, I want you to just understand what the stakes are. And they're going to put a video of shit fetish videos on OnlyFans. And you're going to have to squat over the glass table and take a shit while the man is jerking off. And you're going to say, why are you making me watch this? And you're going to turn around as a good parent. This is what a good parent should do. And you're going to go, you are going to be doing that if you do not make good use of these 4 years. Do you understand that? And then you should bring your son in the room and turn that off and then show him POW, prisoner of war, being tortured. I mean, bad. Like the worst dark web torture video you can find. And when he's like, yo, why are you showing me this? You go, that's going to be you. If you don't make good use of these 4 years, you're going to be tortured. And your sister's going to be doing shit fetish porn because you didn't fucking listen to me. I'm telling you. Putin claims Ukraine hit his private residence. Is this a lie? Is Putin lying, or is he being truthful? So hard to know with him.
Ukraine and Zelensky have denied it.
Ukraine and Zelensky have denied it. Well, they would. And I'm not backing Poots. I mean, this thing's just degenerated. And these men, Vladimir Putin, Zelensky, Trump, they're just not getting the job done. This is very difficult. And, this idea that you can just wave a... Not in Iran. That one will be easy. That's 90 million people. That'll be fine. But this one seems hard. Here's what needs to happen. And I'm going to say something now, and no one's going to like it. Here's what I'm going to say. And this is very obvious. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say what needs to happen. No one's going to like it. I hate being right. I hate being right. And I don't want this to happen. Can I speak here for a minute with everyone privately? Can we have a private discussion? They have to kill Zelensky. They have to kill him. Putin will not stop unless Zelensky is dead. This is obvious. Zelensky needs to give his life for his country. If he is not dead, this war will not end. I believe that to be the case. I could be completely wrong. I'm sorry about it. I don't want Zelensky to die. I'm not on Putin's quote-unquote side. I'm telling you, real politic. Putin's legacy hinges on this. Now, by the way, early on, when nobody wanted this, when people looked at this and went, when you get him so dug deep in, where he's lost hundreds of thousands of people and he has to save face in front of the oligarchs that run the country and his population of people, when you've lost that many people and you suffered some humiliating setbacks inside of Russia, the war has gone inside of Russia, Putin does not feel that he has to come to the table with a peace deal designed by the United States and global partners, whatever that means. Putin feels that he is in too deep now to get out with anything other than a total victory. This is why you don't get involved in these things, because they don't end well. Once hundreds of thousands of people start dying, things don't end well. People get emotional, which is why installing a new government in Iran is not a good idea, because immediately lots and lots of people all over the world are going to start dying. And when that starts happening, things take on a life of their own, and you'll see China, I think, take Taiwan. That seems to be an inevitability within a few years. Everyone says, well, China, they think if they've fired a shot, they've lost the battle. They fight through their mind. They fight through corporate espionage. They fight through tech. They fight through, let's hope. Let's all hope. That's how they're fighting. Okay? But no matter what happens, when Sally Mae has chased you to every shitty job that you've ever had, and you look at your paycheck and you've made $460 after taxes, after the garnishments, and you're living in a fucking weekly motel in Vegas and it's hot, you're going to say to yourself, you're going to walk out into that Vegas heat and go, I might as well be in this heat with a gun in Iran. That's the fucking point. Good night.